All right, I'm going to share some songs that inspire me and just some information behind that. I would say currently here in 2026, I'm always inspired by rock music, but in terms of like jazz, just straight ahead jazz, of course, like Charlie Christensen and Wes Montgomery were like the first kind of jazz licks I got into. Sorry, Charlie Christian, of course, and Wes Montgomery. But nowadays, I like to be able to stay with the straight ahead jazz, but also bring it kind of into a fusion realm. So fusion wise, I'm really inspired by Mike Stern. Songs like Chromosome. So instead of chromosome, it's chromosome with a Z, and I'll put that link in the description. Also, of course, John Schofield, aka Sco. I actually just went to NYC and saw those guys. And I saw Dennis Chambers playing drums with Mike Stern and Mike Stern's wife. Other songs that inspire me, I really just love to hear, Mike Stern songs, or like my go-tos when I'm in the car. I'll still play like, Mighty Mighty Bosstones albums, or I'll throw on like Lagwagon albums, punk rock albums, and I feel like that most of the world doesn't know that, and frankly, less of the world knows fusion, so it just baffles my mind that that's the case. But stuff like that, No Effects, The Clash on a punk rock level, jazz-wise, I guess I'd say also like people like Pat Metheny. I haven't fully let Pat Metheny in as one of my absolute favorite kind of fusion jazz type of guitarists. Definitely Mike Stern, Schofield. I love Greg Howe. He's not really, he doesn't strike me as so jazzy, but he just blazes. He's really fusion. I guess he started back in the Shrapnel Records days in London, I think, but Greg Howe, Howe, that dude is ridiculous, and he plays so fast, you're like, is this fusion? Is this just rock? It's not jazz, so it is fusion, but I feel like he probably doesn't call himself fusion like Mike Stern would. Or John McLaughlin is another one. He's really the godfather of fusion guitar, I think, because he was, Mahavishnu was his kind of Indian given name that he took on, and he was in Shakti, and he was in Mahavishnu Orchestra and things like that. That guy got really into the Indian music thing. John McLaughlin, he's really the godfather of fusion guitar. I think Gary Burton on the xylophone or whatever might be more like the godfather of fusion. Miles Davis, Bitches Brew, they say, is maybe the godfather of, or is the start of fusion. Burrell and a few other guitarists are also known as starting fusion. You got Al Di Meola and all kinds of stuff. Chick Corea just destroying. Honestly, the epitome of just all fusion, just ass kicking, just kicking ass and taking names, is really Chick Corea Electric Band. It's almost so damn good that I forgot to mention it. It's just because it's one of those things you're like, how would I ever achieve that? So you almost kind of forget it exists. Chick Corea Electric Band. If you put Beneath the Mask and listen to that album, I'd go do that right now. Check out the description.